up, fellas? No Lord Patron supporter that wanted me to talk about how to provide value to a woman. As y'all guys know, I was just recently talking about in one of my recent videos. I was talking about how to get a woman to get submission from a woman. All right. And so basically you get that submission by providing value, then threatening to remove that value. Okay. So basically what we're finna talk about today is the art of submission. Okay, guys. And so, you know what? And the word submission is really a bad term. I know we say we want a woman to submit, but in actuality, all we want is a woman to cooperate. All right. Submission is a term that is kind of like outdated. Like, we don't really want submission from a slaves submit. We want cooperation, but we'll stick with submission, right? So, because we categorize when a woman is giving you cooperation as if she's been submissive. Okay, guys? But I really don't like the term. I think the term should be cooperate. But anyway, guys, like, you don't submit to your boss, right? To your boss rule. You cooperate, right? We don't submit to police. We cooperate with police, right? You know. But anyway, getting right to, he wants to know how to provide this value. So basically, guys, it's the 5 love languages, right? So I'm going to break down the love languages, and that is how you provide the most value to a woman. All right. And understand that guys, if y'all guys want to know the God honest truth, everybody has their love languages, but in actuality, you'll probably be better off if you do all of these with your girl. So most people say, well, what's your love languages, right? And then they'll go and they'll name 2 things or maybe 3 things. If the most balance and the most value you bring to a woman is doing all of these to some degree. Obviously, the woman gonna value some of them more, right? Some women gonna value some of them more. But the best, if you want to have a woman attached to you, if you want to get the most cooperation from a woman, the best thing you can do is provide all of this. And then if you threaten to remove yourself, then you have an issue. That's how you get cooperation, guys. All right. That's also how you keep a woman to being truthful with you, not cheating on you and all that. Because what happens, guys, is when you become such a great value to somebody, they don't want to risk anything to lose that. Cheating comes at a risk. All right. But if you're doing all this, and I'll explain that, a woman won't cheat because there's no need. That's why I always say when a woman is attached to you, there's no need to cheat. Why do women cheat? Well, typically there's something missing. There's something you're not doing. So typically out of these acts of service, these love languages, is something you're missing with your woman that you're not doing that causes her to cheat. Okay, so let's get into it, guys. I want to get to my key talking points before I get into the love languages, guys. Number 1, guys, you get submission from treating a woman good. It's crazy, right? Because you think how you hear everything taught is you have to treat a woman bad. No, you actually get cooperation, submission by treating a woman good. Great. I don't want to say queen because that's like, if you're the king, then you can treat her like a queen, right? Because she's still up under you, right? When you hear queen, what am I, the prince? No, you're the king, right? But you get submission by treating her good. Then when you threatening to remove that, then she gets in line because I'm fearful of losing that. So if you got a great job, they call you in there, they have a little talk with you. You're like, oh shit, I might lose my great job. You're going to tighten up because it's a great job. That's the way it works. Okay, guys? So, number 1, providing value. Now, you know, this brings me to a key point, right? Because y'all guys, if y'all guys ever lost your girl before in the past, you ever notice how before you lost her, she was communicating that she might walk but you didn't improve or do anything, and then she left. But with the woman, typically she doesn't come back. Like a woman does all her threatening before, and when she do leave, you can't get her back. With a man, will break up with you with the mindset that this is how I'm gonna get her back and her to be cooperative. Women typically don't do that. A woman, you really gotta straighten up before why she's giving you the warnings, and then she'll fall out of love, and then she'll leave, and there ain't no amount of begging you typically can do to get her back. So it's crazy how women's value system works different from ours. We'll break up with the woman with the mindset of, okay, she needs to respect me, so I'm gonna walk away. When a woman walk away, she's done. I know any of y'all guys who, when a woman broke up with you and you did get her back, tell me she was the same. Y'all remember that R. Kelly song, When a Woman's Fed Up? And at the end of that song, what'd he say? And if you ever get her back, she'll never be the same. Any of y'all guys remember at the end of that song? She'll never. So any of y'all guys who, when a woman was communicating with you about her concerns of the relationship and you didn't improve, and so she did break up with you, if you did do enough begging and stuff like this, and let's just say she didn't go on demon time and emasculate you or just treat you like shit or disrespect you, she still was something missing. It's like you could tell her body's there, but her mind is, because she don't love you no more. Go watch it. Go listen to that song by R. Kelly, When a Woman's Fed Up, at the very end. That's what I've seen with women also. But like I said, guys, you provide value, threaten to take it away. My next talking point is you don't get submission by arguing with women. See, guys, women are emotional creatures. You can't argue with them. They only understand one thing, and that's walking away. When you argue with a woman or have these heated disagreements, all she does is get more emotional. So women they don't understand that. That don't mean nothing to them. They only understand force, which is you walking away. Okay? So don't think you're going to argue with it. And lastly, guys, my last talking point on that is communication. Communication is when you sit down and you voice your concerns with a woman, but you can't communicate forever. At some point, you got to do some walking away. It can't always be communicate. You've been communicating for 5 years. At some point, you got to just walk away. So she sees that. She got to understand that force, which is not physical, which is you just walking away. Okay? All right, so let me get into the love languages, guys. Number 1, gifts. Now, most women like gifts. We can do Christmas, birthday, Valentine's. I really prefer romance, like a romantic dinner on Valentine's, but I won't. It's not the end of the world if you do get us something for Valentine's. That's fine too. If y'all got a kid together, Mother's Day, and obviously anniversary, right? And just for y'all guys, a reference point, guys. Yes, if you are not married, or like even me with a girl that is in my rotation, we'll do an anniversary. All right, it ain't gotta be nothing expensive, nothing like that, but an anniversary, right? And so those are typically the gift days that you give a woman. Don't forget Mother's Day for you guys that got a woman with a kid. And so the rule of thumb with this, guys, is women associate what a man is willing to spend with her on the gift with his love and affection for her. Okay, so that's just, women know a man loves his money. And so relative to what you make, you can't be no cheapskate on these things. Don't go into debt, nothing like that. But guys, typically, I'm gonna just be honest with y'all guys, the average hardworking $40,000 a year man, a $200-300 purse is pretty much the standard. That's what I've seen. That's what I've done in the past. A $200 to $300 good purse or something in that realm. And guys, I'm telling you guys right now, stick to purses and shoes, because what I've seen is when you go to spend it with diamonds and stuff, even if you spend that same amount of money on jewelry, it seems cheap. You better off with shoes and heels. That's what I've seen. All right. Obviously, once you get into the 6 figures, obviously now you finna start getting the next level up, the Valentinos and stuff like that. You can also get small designer stuff. You know, like Gucci will make a purse that's $1,000 or $1,200 that's a mini or something. Like y'all guys know, y'all guys know that's when you start to get into the six figures. Obviously, once you get into the higher ups, over $500,000, you finna start getting into the Gucci bags and stuff like that. Okay, but the point being, guys, is women associate with how much a man willing to spend on her. If you're a guy and you just one of these like dickhead dudes that just think doing anything for a woman is beta, then just log off the video. I'll make a toss them to the side of the road video for you in the future, and you can just sit over there and jack your dick off and visualize how much you hate women. This video for guys who want to have companionship with women and love the attention and affection of women. If you're one of those hardcore red pill mid-time up, just stop the video right now. I think I just seen that Ted Bundy movie on Netflix. It's on Netflix. Go on Netflix, Ted Bundy movie. You can watch that and you can sit over there and jerk off and watch Ted Bundy. All right? I don't got time for you little knucklehead, women-hating motherfucker. This is for guys who this ain't even about purple pill. This is for like even non-monogamous rotation guys who want to get cooperation out of their women. If you just one of these incel dickhead motherfuckers that jerk off to serial killer, women serial killers, then just go do that and come back and watch the next video. Jesus Christ. But anyway, guys, also another thing is when we say about the gifts, when we talk about it's the thought that matters. A lot of guys say, well, it ain't about how much you spend. Guys, when a person says it's the thought that matters, they're talking about relative to the person. And what I mean by that is, one of the chicks I was dating in New York, she knew I was a big LeBron fan. And so she bought me a LeBron James jersey. I can't remember, I think it was for my birthday or something. That's when we say it's the thought that counts. So it's not, when we say it's the thought that counts, don't go buy a girl a brush or some bullshit and say, well, it's the thought that counts. No, when we say the thought that counts, we mean relative to that person's needs. Not go buy some cheap bullshit and then. So one time I had a girl, y'all guys know, I told y'all guys, I'm like a tight motherfucker. I had to do all this stretching and stuff. I had a girl who bought me a massage stick. So she knew I was tight. So she knew I stretch out and I do all this trigger point bullshit because I'm just naturally tight, right? So she bought me one of these massage roller sticks things. And that's when we say the thought that count. Like that was thoughtful of her because it was relative to my needs. She ain't go out and she could have went and spent that same amount of money on some bullshit that I don't even need. You see what I'm saying? And it's just like, this is bullshit. But even though that massage stick probably was only about $30 or $40, it meant a lot to me because it was something that I need. So she put some thought into it. That's when we say that it's the thought that matters. Okay? Not, oh God, you remember my birthday. No, that's not what nobody means when they say it's the thought that matters. Okay, guys? So that's what it means when you say it's the thought that matters. All right, guys, say your girl paints and you go buy her a $50 thing that she can put her a $100 tube paint set or something like that. That's what I'm talking about, guys. All right, guys, next, acts of service. Now, one way of acts of service is when you go and like, say you do something that's kind of thoughtful, like maybe you get a car detailed. Or maybe you went and got a tires rotated or something like that, right? Or maybe you got a carpet cleaned, whatever. Like that's an act of service. Also, I like to put in there providing experiences, right? And so basically providing experiences is, guys, is you know how to give your woman that thrill without having to break the law. Then this is the whole allure with the bad boy is we go to the protection thing and we go to the excitement thing. That's the whole bad boy allure. Well, guys, you don't have to goddamn smoke weed and sell kilos and do drive-bys for a woman to feel all tingly and alive when she's with you, right? You can be a law-abiding citizen and know how to provide these experiences. Now, you got to know your woman, right? I've had some women who were adventurous, and I had some women who were not adventurous, and they liked it fine dining. Everybody's different. You have to know your woman. If I take a woman who likes fine dining to do something that's adventurous, right, it doesn't work. And if I take a girl who likes adventurous stuff to fine dining, then that doesn't work. So you need to, it's all relative to what your woman likes to do. But the point being, guys, is you need to learn how to, that when your woman is at work the next day She need to be like, man, when I'm with Mark, he just knows how to have so much fun and it's exciting. You don't have to ride motorcycles at 100 miles per hour on the highway without a helmet for a woman to feel tingly on the inside. You actually don't have to risk your life to be a bad boy. Just be spontaneous. You know, just think outside. Hey, go motorbike skiing on the water or whatever. Just, you know, think outside the box. You know, you can go and do one of these. Y'all know how some of these little small yachts do these little dinner yacht things. You could do that for the same price that you go to some of these fancy restaurants where they have the dinner on the boat and you'll spend $300, $350. Y'all know damn well you'll spend that at Capital Grill or Chops. Well, try that. Step outside the box. Think of shit like that. Find a little adventurous shit like that that's going on in your area. Okay, guys? That way, everything you just fun. A lot of guys just fall in this routine and everything is a Netflix and chill. And then you wonder why you can't get no cooperation. There is no value. You have no value. Next, guys, touch. Now, this is the thing with touch, guys. Women need to be sexually desired. That's the thing with touch. Just sex alone doesn't do it. Women need to have that physical intimacy with you. PDA, public displays of affection, cuddling on the couch, kissing, stuff like that. Makes a woman feel alive. Now, some women are not into that. Some women you would turn off with that. Y'all guys got to know your girl. I've had girls that if I would have did this, it would have turned them off. And then you have some women, and this is basically going to be boiled down to what? You're going to have some women more insecure than others. You're going to have some women who need that reassurance more than others. You're going to have some women you do all this with, and I'm telling you right now, that's why you got to know your woman's love language. Now, like I said, to some degree, you need to do all of it with some women, but you can't overdo it. Some women need more touch than others, basically what I'm saying, guys. All right? Yeah, you need to do all of it with all of them, but yeah, some women, I'm telling you right now, if you do it with the public displays of affection, next thing you know, she'll be pulling away from you. You just got to watch it. You know your girl. And basically how you know this, guys, a woman that needs that, what she does, she's always grabbing your hand and stuff. And what I'm telling you is don't pull back from it. That's what she'll let you know. You'll know your girl if she's a PDA girl or a touch girl. Next, guys, words of affirmation. The words of affirmation are good for balancing out the relationship. And basically what I mean, guys, is what I teach you guys. Communication is key, right? So the communication also goes for your things you dislike. And so if you're going to tell a woman, hey, babe, you know, you put on a few pounds, and you're supposed to do that. If your girl is starting to let herself go, you're supposed to do that. When she start dropping a few pounds, let her know too, baby, you looking good. The gym is working for you. Words of affirmation are great for balancing. If my girl go in there and she cooks me something that's subpar, I'm going to tell her, because how can she correct it? But then make sure I balance that out. When she cooks some bomb, say, baby, this shit was the bomb. You got to let her know that too. Don't be one of these goddamn negative Nancy's. You always let her know when something's negative, but when she does something good, you don't got that picker upper. So make sure that the good shit balance out the bad shit. It can't all be good shit, because how are you going to get your woman to know what your needs and your boundaries are? So there's got to be some criticism in there. And she going to do the same to you. But she also got to let you know when you're doing things right also. That's how you balance the relationship out, guys. And lastly, guys, quality time. And I classify quality time, guys, as in when y'all are just bonding on the couch or something. I don't really put providing experiences on a quality time. I think quality time is when, you know, she gets to unload, you know, stuff she got going on in her life, and you unload your stuff. But you know what you can unload stuff like, you know, you think I should do this with the business. You know to keep that other shit and you go tell your brother or your best friend that, don't unload that with your woman, right? She's not a crying ear for you. You unload that baggage to your male friends. With your woman, you sit down and you talk about, like when I talk to my main chick, I talk about, course of action with the staffing agency and stuff, because she does HR work and stuff like that. So like, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I call quality time, like watching Netflix, TV, stuff like that, not really providing experiences, but just where we get to communicate and grow that connection, guys. That's what I classify quality time. Make sure you're giving that to your woman, okay? A woman has to be able to unload this stuff with you, because that's part of building the trust. All right, guys. Now you got all these acts of the love languages. Now when you do all that, you're the guy I don't want to lose. She's not acting right. You threaten to pull that away. She gets right. That's how it works, guys. If you don't provide this value, your threats to leave mean absolutely nothing. All right, guys. So that's how you provide the most value. This is the Art of Submission, and I'll get back with you guys later.